I've done a few videos like this in the past where I've shared how much I've made on YouTube being a smaller creator. The first one was my how much I made my first month being monetized on YouTube. The next one was for the full year of 2022. And then the one following that, of course, was for 2023. I've noticed that the response has been overwhelmingly positive. A lot of people are understandably very interested in seeing how much you could potentially make on YouTube because the decision to start a channel is a very vulnerable one. It is a big one. Showing up on camera is not the easiest thing to do, and so I think people are really trying to figure out, is it worth my time? Can I actually make a pretty solid income on here? What do the numbers really look like? So on and so forth. So I understand why people are very curious to see real numbers from real creators. Now, honestly, I was really debating whether or not to do this video again in 2024 because 2024 was not a banner year for me necessarily when it comes to YouTube revenue. I'm still incredibly grateful for the AdSense money that I have been able to generate, but compared to 2022 and 2023, this past year was my lowest earning year yet. My revenue and my growth was down about 50% year over year, and I did go through a 6-month period in 2024 where I didn't post at all, which is the longest that I've gone without posting since I started my channel in 2021. However, I have said in the past that I would like for my channel to serve as a sort of case study for creators to learn from, especially for smaller beginner creators, and that means that I would like for you to learn from both my successes and my failures. So for that reason, I felt like it was important to share what my experience has been this past year, because growth is not always a linear trajectory upwards. Sometimes we experience dips, sometimes we experience difficulties and challenges that come up in life that can prohibit us from growing on the same trajectory that we've been on. And I just would like to show you what happens when you, one, don't post for 6 months. That really will impact your growth. And two, what happens when you switch niches, because for the past couple years, I've been in the process of really rebranding and focusing on different content pillars for my channel. So I think that has had a really large impact as well. So I just want to show you what has happened, what my experience has been, and I really hope that this is helpful to you and that you can learn from, like I said, both my successes and my shortcomings. Let's go into those analytics. So starting off, let's actually go into my dashboard because I did want to highlight really quick. You can see here that I have almost 60,000 subscribers. So you might be confused as to why I'm saying that I'm a small channel or why I'm considering myself a small channel. And really that is because if you look over here, my most recent video, as you can see, it has 464 views, and that's actually ranking pretty okay for me right now. And so for that reason, I'm considering myself to be a small channel because my subscriber count and my actual engagement on my videos, the views, the comments, the likes, all of that is not necessarily consistent with my subscriber count. I've had my how much I made my first month on YouTube video go somewhat viral. It's got over 2 million views right now, which I'm so grateful for. But I think that it is driving a lot of subscriber growth while not necessarily driving engagement on some of my newer videos, especially with the niche change that I've been going through. So that's why I'm referring to myself as a small channel. And I did want to say, I've said this in previous videos before, but do not get hung up on subscriber count, especially after you pass 1,000, which is the amount of subscribers that you need in order to get monetized, because subscriber count really is not that important. Engagement is important. Engagement is what's gonna actually get you paid and what's gonna help you cultivate a community on YouTube. So now let's go into this content tab. And what I wanted to do here is I wanted to show you the drop in engagement after I stopped posting for 6 months. So I've preached on this channel a lot before about consistency. Consistency is so important because it allows you to build a relationship with your viewers. It allows them to be able to know what to expect from your channel, and they, will look forward to videos on a certain day or roughly around the same time. And so they keep coming back and you remain top of mind for your viewers when you are consistent. When you fall off and you stop being consistent, people will forget about you, unfortunately. And not only will people forget about you, but the algorithm will forget about you as well. It won't prioritize your videos as much. This video I posted, it's called If You Think You Have More Time, You Don't, Reflections Upon Turning 25. And then I fell off the face of the earth. So the next video after that, so as you can see, that was posted May 24th, 2024. The next video after that was in November. If before that I was averaging around 1,000 to 2,000 views per video, and sometimes I would get a little bit more. Like this is my how much YouTube paid me in 2023. That one got more views, but I was averaging, let's say, between 1,000 to 2,500 views per video, and the engagement was pretty all right. I was getting comments and people interacting with my content. So if that was my norm before, now after the break that I took, the amount of comments that I'm getting and the amount of views that I'm getting has dropped significantly to the point where I still have not broken 1,000 views on any of the videos that I've posted since November 2024. It feels a little bit vulnerable to be talking about this, but I just want to show you exactly what can happen when you don't post for a while, when you are not consistently cultivating a relationship with your viewers. People aren't going to be sure when you're going to post next. They're not going to be certain of what to expect from you, and so understandably so, engagement will drop and revenue will drop as well. It almost feels like starting from scratch a little bit because you are trying to rebuild that viewership. So that's just something to expect, is if you do take a break like that, it is going to feel like you are on that uphill battle once again. Now, the moment you've been waiting for, I apologize to keep you waiting, but let's go into my actual analytics, switch it from the last 28 days to 2024. And as we can see here, how many times am I going to say as you can see? Let's click into my revenue tab. For 2024, I made $7,199.65. This is truly so exciting, even though it is less than what I've made in previous years, because just being monetized on YouTube is awesome, and it can be so much hard work to get monetized. So by no means am I saying that I am super disappointed or unhappy or anything like that. I'm extremely grateful for this number. But again, I wanted to show you the difference between this past year and the years prior. So let me go into here and click custom and show you, if you haven't seen my previous videos, what I made in 2023, around $15,700. And now 2022, which was my first full year of being monetized, I made, I think it was around almost $11,000. So 2024, like I said, is my lower earning year. It's a season that I'm in where I feel like I'm kind of in the dip phase again. I'm not necessarily, well, I am on the path to be growing upwards, but it's a moment in time where I think it's really important to stick through, to focus on the content that I'm passionate and excited about, and that hopefully other people will resonate with as well. It can be hard in moments like this to push through when you feel like you're not quite where you were before, but I think it's important to keep chugging along even when you are experiencing dips like this, because oftentimes after a dip is when we experience an amazing amount of growth, great engagement with new viewers that we haven't connected with previously. So even though I'm in a dip phase right now, I'm excited for what's to come. Okay, so monthly, let's see, January was the only month where I broke $1,000. So I made $1,151.41. And it was kind of on a gradual decline since then. It looks like my lowest month was April at $349.28, and highest month was January. And I am seeing a little bit of an increase here in the fall, and I think that had a lot to do with my how much I made my first month being monetized on YouTube video. That video has been carrying a lot of the viewership and engagement weight of my channel, so I think that's why we see an uptick here, because I still was not posting during this time. Another thing that definitely feels vulnerable to highlight is my average view duration. This is something that I did talk about in 2023's video as well. I feel like my average view duration is quite low. I feel like it has been rising since I've been posting slightly longer videos, but something that I needed to work on last year or in 2023, and I haven't necessarily improved on it in a way that I would have liked at this point in time. So that's just where I'm at, and something that I definitely still need to work on, and I have not figured that out 100% yet. Now, coming out of that section, let's go into content over here. That'll show you my average view duration for 2024 as well, around 3 minutes. This is actually very, very similar to my average view duration in 2023 as well. I think that one was like 3 minutes, 20 seconds or so. And my impressions click-through rate is at 4.3%. So again, not incredible, not terrible, but still needs a lot of improvement. I got far fewer impressions in 2024 than I did in 2023. I only got 21.9 million, which is down 44% from 2023. And of those 21.9 million, I was able to convert 1.2 million, which is quite a big gap. There is usually a pretty solid gap between impressions and how many people you're actually able to convert into viewers. But again, a very important metric to pay attention to because it is a window into telling you how effective your titles and your thumbnails are. The last thing I wanted to show you while we're in here is my top videos of 2024, and they are largely the same as what they were in 2023, which is not super surprising considering I did not post a ton of content in 2024, so I didn't really give the algorithm much to choose from. These top 4 videos are all the same as what was on my 2023 top videos. The only one that's different is this video, How Much YouTube Paid Me in 2023, has made the top 5 list in 2024, whereas it was obviously not on my 2023 list. And one of my big goals this year is to really shift this list up to post a lot more content so that I'm able to really transition my audience and transition my channel into the new content pillars that I would love to focus on, so that I'm able to give the algorithm more content to choose from when it's recommending my videos and my channel to other people. If there's anything that I would like for you to take away from this video besides my point about consistency, it's that I would really encourage you to focus on cultivating a community. I've said that a lot in this video as well, that specific phrase, but I just think it's so important to really focus on that, to really focus on your engagement rather than wanting specific videos to go viral. I've talked about the dangers of virality before, how it can really box you into a specific niche that you didn't necessarily want to be boxed into. So I would not get discouraged if you are experiencing low views on your videos. I'm right there with you right now. I'm in the trenches of kind of rebuilding my channel and refocusing it. So I totally understand how discouraging that can feel, but I would just really encourage you to post content that is going to attract the viewers that you would like to connect with, that you would like to grow a community of, and focus on that engagement and on the relationship that you're building with your viewers over the course of many, many videos rather than specific videos. And I know it can feel really tempting to just want one particular video to take off, but as we've seen from my channel, with having a video take off, it's very exciting. It's awesome. It brings in a lot of new eyes. But another thing that I didn't show that maybe I'll record separately and put on the screen right now for you is the vast majority of my viewers are people that are not subscribers. So most of the people that are watching are not choosing to be a part of the community and subscribe. What you would really want is people that are subscribing so that you're able to build that engagement and build that community. So focus on, again, cultivating community, not virality for specific one-off videos. I also just really want to inspire you to enjoy YouTube as a creative process. At the end of the day, making videos, editing them is a very, very creative thing. So if you don't enjoy the process at all, if it feels so grueling to you and it's daunting every time you go to plan a video, film, edit, maybe YouTube is not necessarily the path that you want to go down, because the creative process should be challenging. Yes, it should feel difficult at times, but it should at the end of the day be rewarding and satisfying. And finally, I urge you to choose content pillars that you are excited about. You don't have to talk about one thing on your channel. It doesn't have to be one specific niche, but having content pillars that are all somewhat related to each other, that all kind of share a similar vibe and that you can see yourself talking about for years to come is incredibly important, because if you are talking about things that you're not necessarily excited about, it's going to be hard for you to be consistent. And as we've seen, consistency is incredibly important to continue to grow and to continue on an upwards trajectory. I really hope this video has been helpful to you. It was very eye-opening for me because I haven't been necessarily digging into my analytics consistently throughout the year. There's just, there's a lot of life stuff that comes up, and I'm not quite where I want to be when it comes to my YouTube growth, but I am choosing to embrace the dip and focus on, again, creating content that I feel like will resonate with the audience that I would like to attract. And I know that I'm still very much in the learning phase. I have a ton to learn when it comes to planning videos and filming them and doing that in the most effective way, increasing my average view duration, working on my titles and thumbnails. There's a lot of improvement to be had, but I am choosing to switch my mindset to be excited about all that learning, because that means that there's a lot of room for improvement, and I'm excited to see where this year takes me. So I hope that this has been inspiring to you. I am so excited to see your comments and hear what your goals are for content creation in 2025. And I thank you so much for being here and spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you very, very soon for another brand new video. Bye.